Oh, I definitely have a favorite hero. What's up, Knights? It's the Tan Man.
Hello, Tan Man.
And welcome back to another episode of Knighthood, the series where we talk about everything and anything Knighthood related. As you may have noticed, the latest update has gone live, so today we're going to take a look at those patch notes and give our first impressions. Okay, so first we're going to quickly go over some bug fixes. We got fixed issue with roaming monster chest information but not displaying. Roaming monster chests now display on the roaming monster go-to menu. Aileen's max star level perk now correctly applies acid instead of poison. I'm guessing this only applies to the whales that got her to max star level. Moving on, we have Burn's progression values were fixed. He'd been assigned the wrong ones. Even though Burn's base ability damage went down, his subsequent poison actually went up, so hopefully that evens out. A bug with Gun's power has been fixed. So if I'm not mistaken, previously Gun's base ability was strong versus armor. So that's gone, but the acid is still strong versus armor as originally intended. Fixed multi-kill exploit on bounties. So for those of you curious, the multi-kill exploit had you go into the roaming monster encounter, killing the roaming monster bounty target, and then having the enemies kill you. You still get credit for the kill, and you can just repeat this multiple times and complete the bounty this way. Assorted fixes and optimizations. Now I don't know what this means, but one of the things I found that weren't mentioned in these notes is the fact that you now have minion alerts when you go into a hunt. This is particularly useful for those of us who don't check the enemy tab. I mean, I don't. Yeah, upon entering the hunt, you're going to be met with a nice big minion alert. Just make sure to stay away from those raid buttons. Okay, this is a really nice ad. Bounties now display a timer until a target spawns. So you might have seen infographics that show when certain monsters are supposed to spawn. While convenient, those don't actually guarantee when monsters spawn. There's no need to check any other sources now. There's no need to worry about missing a bounty. Just make sure to take a look at that countdown timer. And next up we have Shrine Changes. Shrine favor times now increase across regions. Some of the shorter favors in later regions have their times increased, whereas the longer ones have been decreased. Honestly, I didn't think this was a necessary change. If their intention was to make it so that the red favors were more desirable, just decrease the timers on those. They didn't have to increase the timers on the green ones. For me, personally, I liked having all of my green favors synced so that I could just claim them all at the same time after 15 minutes. And even after this change, I'm probably not going to do the red favors still. I mean, I'm not going to wait 7 hours for tomes, right? At the end of the day, you're still going to get your items, but again, this wasn't a necessary change. They didn't have to increase the timers on the green favors. They were already inherently harder due to the level requirement. Next up, we have guild tweaks. Dagon, the Margar, and Aegon, I'm pretty sure I butchered those names, all now cost fewer contribution points to summon. The accolades for the harder bosses have been increased in order to keep them more rewarding than their easier counterparts. So I've confirmed this is the case. Dagon is definitely cheaper, and the accolades for the harder bosses have gone up. Some quick math will show you that the accolade to contribution point ratio is definitely higher for the later bosses. So if your guild is strong enough, definitely stick to summoning the harder bosses. Okay, so for under transmutation and dismantling, we have weapons and armor can now be locked to prevent accidental dismantling or transmutation. We have when a weapon or armor piece is transmuted, there's a warning that charms contained in ingredient gear will be destroyed. Items can be dismantled in bulk from the backpack, and all items are shown, but only usable ones are highlighted. For me, I never had a problem dismantling armor by accident or destroying charms by accident. As far as the bulk dismantling goes, it's probably going to take me time getting used to pulling all my items into my backpack first and then dismantling it that way. I always used to dismantle items as I receive them, one at a time. You know, especially if I'm throwing hundreds of thousands of gold into gold chests, I'm probably going to be dismantling my items this way in the future. So yeah, I like this. All right, some miscellaneous changes. You can now raid a hunt multiple times in one go. I think this is a pretty nice time saver, but just be warned, if you try to bulk raid a Realm of Fire hunt, you will probably need to spend gems. Roaming Monster Daily Task now takes you directly to the Roaming Monster go-to menu. I always access the roaming monsters through the go-to menu, but having another button, I guess, is convenient. The bounty board now has its own button on the map screen, meaning that you can check bounties or roaming monsters without returning to the campfire screen. Again, I usually access this through the go-to menu, but the extra button is convenient. There's now a pop-up warning if you're about to use an XP boost scroll that exceeds the amount of XP you need to hit the cap. I'm sure this has happened, but I think I've been a victim of using a 50,000 XP scroll when there was only maybe 10 or 20,000 XP left. So I like this feature. This lets you be more efficient with the XP scrolls you're getting. The camera shaking on attacks can now be toggled off in the settings. Motion sickness sufferers rejoice. For me personally, I don't mind the camera shaking. In fact, most of the time I don't even notice. The camera shaking on attacks is supposed to simulate the impact, right? So, I mean, I would just leave it on. I mean, how bad can a shaking screen be, right? Alright, I'll stop. X5 and X10 chest bundles can now be optionally opened upon purchase rather than automatically being sent to the vault. Besides gold chest bundles, I never have and probably never will buy other chest bundles. Use your gems for stamina, guys. Okay, so now for the notes that will probably affect you the most from this update. We have the rarity and power changes. The power of a weapon, armor piece, hero, and minion now scales more according to their rarity. I don't know the exact numbers, but the scaling used to be about 10% between rarity. Now it's up to 25%. So what does this mean? Well, first, you're getting more value from your armor charms. If you have unique weapons, you're going to be noticing you're hitting a lot harder now. For those of you with maxed out legendary heroes like Vordry, you're going to be noticing he's hitting like a truck if you didn't already think so. And in the long battle of archer minions, it looks like Skull Deadeye is on top. And in fact, it only looks like epic minions are going to be viable in the arena. With only a select choice of epic minions out there, it looks like arena teams are going to be pretty cookie cutter. The difficulty of enemies have also been scaled accordingly, particularly in later regions. So if you're a player like me and you were hoping to finish the campaign in epic gear, for instance, you will probably not be able to do so anymore. This also probably means that 3-starring the expert Realm of Fire hunt is going to be even more difficult now. I'm interested to know what parts of the game you're finding impossible to do now after the patch, so leave that in the comments. Higher rarity weapons now have additional visual effects during battle, and Battle UI now has new messages for impressive kills. Insta-kills and overkills, for example. Of course, this doesn't affect how we all play the game, but it is nice eye candy. And that, my friends, was the rarity patch. Let me know in the comments what you guys thought about the update, what you liked, what you didn't like, what you think they should have done, what you hope they're gonna do in the future. For me personally, if I had to rate this update on a scale of 1 to 5 stars, I'd give it a 2.5. Yeah, all the quality of life changes and tweaks are nice to have, but from an endgame perspective, there is no additional content for me to do. At the end of the day, I'm going to be doing the same thing I've been doing for the last couple of months. Grind roaming monster chests. We got time for one viewer question. Today it's, which hero design do you like the most? Oh, I definitely have a favorite hero. Okay guys, it's just the Tan Man, but seriously, they should work towards putting lion head pauldrons in the game. That would be sick. Okay, seriously though, if we're not talking about rarity or powers, and we're just talking strictly design, I gotta give it to Lance. I may be a little bit biased because I've always played the tank character in the MMORPGs that I've played before. I mean, but Lance just looks badass. I mean, check out that animation, check out that shield. And you can take my word for it, I genuinely love the design of this character. I mean, I don't even have the hero yet. I probably never will. Someday. And that's it for this episode of Knighthood, guys. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for future content.
Or else.
If you want some gems for those stamina refreshes or those bounty board rerolls, make sure to drop by my Twitch stream. I stream Knighthood every Friday at 8 PM Eastern. I love you guys, thanks for watching, thanks for being a part of the Tan Clan, and I'll see you soon.
Subscribe.